So shalom everybody. Today we're talking about Shema Kolenu, listen to our voice and listen to our prayers. And there's two differences that I would like to concentrate on. But let's just see the words. Shema Kolenu Adonai Eloheinu. Hear our voice, Hashem. Chutz rachem alenu, and have compassion and mercy on us. V'kabel b'rachenu v'atzon tefillatenu, and accept our prayers with mercy and with your goodwill, capital W, because you are Shemat Tefillat Tachonim Ata, because you are the one who listens to all prayers. And please do not turn us away empty-handed, because you are the listener to the prayer of the people of Israel, Berachamim. So the main word that's missing here, according to the Sephardim and Sfarad, is Shomea Kol Peh. Instead of talking about Amcha Yisrael, the people of Israel, it's that you listen to either, well, Tfilat Kol Peh, here it says Tfilat Kol Peh Amcha Yisrael B'Achamim, and we'll explain what this kol is, more than Jewish or not Jewish. And in the Sephardim, they just changed the order. Have grace on us and answer us and listen to our prayer. That's three different levels. And here they completely omit the Israel part. And so the question is, are we saying this blessing based on what King Solomon said in his request, where he separated? We talked about that already when we talked about Jerusalem. And he said that he's building the temple so that anybody can come and ask for anything. So that's not what all of the commentaries believe. I just wanted to choose one explanation and see how that is related to this. So the other thing that we have to point out is that according to the NUSACH Ashkenaz, the name or title Father is not mentioned even once in the whole blessing. Okay, it's Adonai Eloheinu, our God, and listen to our prayer, because you are a God who listens to prayers, and don't turn us empty-handed, because you listen to the prayer of Amcha Israel, your nation Israel, not your sons Israel, Berachamim, and Shema Tefillah. Of course, everybody has that. Sfarad starts with Avarachaman, and we have to talk about that phrase. And Sfaradi actually reverses the order. It's first they put Shema Kolenu, then Adonai Eloheinu, like Ashkenaz, which Sfarad doesn't have, and then Avarachaman, okay, because you are a merciful Father. So first, let's relate to the question about Kol. Okay, if Hashem listens to all of our voices, for example, I'll give an example from a funny movie, Bruce Almighty with Jim Carrey. He just answered yes to all the people in Buffalo who were praying. He set up an email account that will just automatically answer yes to all of the prayers, and the next day everybody won the lottery. They got 53 cents, because $1 million or $12 million was divided to millions of people, right? So Hashem does not answer every prayer with yes, because first of all, we're not all deserving, and second of all, it might harm somebody else. The Talmud gives, without the movies, the Talmud gives an explanation that there's a north wind that is good for the wheat in its first trimester of growth, and is bad for the olives in the first trimester of its growth, and the opposite is at the last trimester. So the 2 months or 3 months, depends on what we're growing, and the Ruach Tzfanit, the northern wind, is bad for the wheat in the last trimester, and good for the olives. So if there's a farmer who has an olive grove, and he's praying for this northern wind, he's going to harm, Hashem is going to harm somebody else who might be growing wheat at the same time. And so Hashem has to basically take all the prayers together and synchronize them in order to give as best as possible all of this. And that's why we keep mentioning the Rachem and and the compassion and the chonen, which is grace, like from the word Hannah, and from the name Hannah. So all of these things, in order to balance them properly, Hashem has to listen to every prayer and then decide what the answer is. All we're asking is for Hashem to listen to our voice, and that Hashem already promised us in so many verses. It would have been a whole other sheet just to quote all the verses where Hashem says that He listens to our cry or to our prayer, especially in Egypt. That's the first time that He tells Moses that, but He already listens to Abraham's prayer. He already listened to Avimelech's and Hagar's and many others. And so that's the part about the listening and what Hashem does with all of these files coming in with these requests. So the question of what is Avarachaman and why we call him that, um, there's actually no actual verse that has this phrase, Avarachaman. But there is a verse in Psalm 103 where it says, Kerachem Av el Banim. So I'm going to read from the Hebrew because the English translation, I wasn't quick enough to fix it. So I'll just read and translate. So Kerachem Av el Banim, this is a verse in Tehillim 103:13. And uh, so the rabbis in Psikta Rav Kahana asked, Av, like which father? So Rabbi Chia said, as one who was most compassionate, which was Avraham. Okay, our father Abraham, because when he told the Kadosh Baruch Hu that until Hashem told him about what he's going to do to Sodom and Gomorrah, there was only one Mabul, and Hashem promised that there won't be anything. And so Avram said to Hashem, "You already promised that there's not going to be another flood. So how are you going to kill them?" And he says, "And if you want to bring a fiery flood, then it looks like you are finding a loophole in your own oath." And you shouldn't do that, and that's why he spoke so brazenly. It came from his compassion to say, Hashem, you are my father, and so you should behave with the same compassion that I have. And so Hashem actually listened, and he didn't get upset even once for this negotiation, which is the first prayer that we know of ever. And Rabbi Shmuel adds, Darko shelav v'rachem, it is the way of a father to have compassion, as it says, Kerachem Av el Banim, as father has mercy on the sons, and Darka shel em nanachem, and the way of the mother is to comfort. So it's a little bit strange to us that a father is considered to be more compassionate, but that's why Rabbi Shmuel says that that's the balance. The balance is that if a father has mercy on his son, so sometimes he'll punish him because he has mercy, and he might punish him less severely, right? But the mother's way is to comfort. So even if somebody is really hurt, the mother has that power, and they bring a verse for that as well. From Yeshaya, the last chapter, 66, verse 13. And Hashem said, I am going to do like the father, and I'm going to do sometimes like the mother, but when we call Hashem Avarachaman, then that's the appropriate response and request. And last but not least, Chabad, many different articles that I read, but one of them really stuck in my head. Avarachaman means the compassionate father. Avarachamim, plural, means that he is the father of mercy, meaning that he is the source of all mercy. So we can talk to him in Shomei Tefillah as Avarachaman, you are our father and you listens to our voice. But in Avarachamim, which we say on Shabbos before Musaf, that's to talk about generations ago that we're all still crying out to Hashem that our life has to be, avenged, etc. And so with that, we say Avarachamim, which is you are the source of all compassion. And so in Rosh Hashanah, in just over a month, just less than a month, sorry, we're going to notice in in the Mi Chamocha Av Rachamim, and according to the Ashkenaz, in the second blessing, that's the addition for the 10 days. And in Sfarad and Sfaradi, it's Mi Kamocha Av Rachaman. And so you can choose either one, but I just wanted you to think about that, and we'll stop here.